it is Maddie Levine back in action for the 1-2 punch. And thank you as always for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing, all that good stuff. Constantly bringing you some of your favorite fighters and some of your future favorite fighters. We have a brand new one championship fighter that recently signed to the roster and a lot of buzz around Lea Bivins. So, hey, Lea, thanks for joining me.
Hi, Maddie. Thank you for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
Oh, no, I'm so glad you could join me. I need to learn more about this phenom everybody's talking about. So, how are you dealing with all of the buzz surrounding your new sign-on?
Honestly, it's really exciting to me. I love doing the press and the interviews, especially all the support I get in my DMs, even some, negative DMs. It comes with the hype. It's just super exciting to me.
Yeah, it's a brand new page, I'm sure. But I need to know about your start. So I actually had to do some research on this because I wasn't familiar with the form of combat that you actually are known for, which is pankration, right?
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about that.
So Pankration was actually one of the ancient fighting forms, so they used to do it a lot. The type of pankration I do involves no hitting to the head. So I did that from about 10 to obviously 17, 18. 18 is when you age out. And so it's basically MMA, but with no head strikes. Knees are allowed when you turn 16, so there are knees, but once again, you can't knee to the face or anything like that, and no elbows as well. But there is submissions, mixed martial arts, wrestling, striking, all that fun stuff.
And what got you into that? Because I understand you started at what, like 10?
Yeah, I started competing seriously, taking it seriously at 10. My dad, he's always been a professional fighter, so I was always around the gym at like 4. I was doing jujitsu and that type of thing, and then I slowly got into competition around 10.
So I was very shocked to see that technically you have 3 fights to your name. Is that right?
There's a little confusion on that part. I know other interviewers have asked that same thing. I do not have an amateur record of 3.
Right.
That is my IMAF record, though, for Pankration at Worlds. I went 3-0. I think that's where they're getting that from. But yeah, just to clear the air.
Of course. Yeah. So I saw that it was through that tournament. So, I mean, where was your thought process with just jumping right into the professional ranks instead of kind of cutting your teeth with the amateur level?
Yeah. My dad and I, we both sat down and talked about it, and obviously it is a big jump, and I have to take it very seriously, my practices and that type of thing. But for me, it saves, obviously my body and that type of thing. I would like to go professional, mostly because I did fight pankration for so long and wrestling, other forms of mixed martial arts, that it just made sense to me to jump right into the pros. And especially like with Victoria Lee, watching her go pro, it's easily obtainable to be able to do it as long as you work hard for it.
And how has your transition been from that rule set to now you get head strikes and a lot of them? So how has that been?
Yeah. In the beginning, I've had about 2 years of training pro now, maybe 2.5, I'd say. In the beginning, it was a little different. Obviously, it's a whole different ground set of rules and that type of thing. And one has a different set of pro rules than other organizations, obviously. But I find it extremely fun. I couldn't wait in pankration to be able to punch to the face and knee to the face, that type of thing. So I'm really excited.
So it sounds like you come from a fighting family and a martial arts family at that. So let's hear a little bit more about your dad, because it kind of sounds like that's where it all started.
Yeah, my dad, he's great. He was a professional fighter. I'm not clear on his record. It was a lot of fights, but he fought for a long time with Alpha Male for a minute, and then we started our own gym with my sensei, who's his black belt instructor, as well as my own sensei Har. Shout out to him. And we started our own gym, and he trains a bunch of youth kids as well in pankration. We have the number 1 team in the nation for pankration right now, so that's really exciting. And he trains with me every day, day in, day out. The other kids as well. He still comes to sparring rounds and spars. He's like 45. I didn't even
Heck yeah, Dad. Let's go.
Yeah, he's great.
Have you sparred your dad before?
Yes, multiple times, especially this fight camp too. We do spar, and yeah, he obviously isn't trying to knock his daughter out, but
Of
there's
course.
face punches in there on both sides, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, hey, maybe you're gonna get to the point where you might knock out your dad by accident. Who knows?
Yeah,
Who
that's
knows?
the thing these days. He's like, please don't punch me that hard in my face anymore. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, luckily you do have other sparring partners. The Lee family seems to have been a huge part of your camp for your professional debut. How did you get affiliated with the Lee family?
Yeah, so in 2019, for IMAF World, Victoria and Adrian, as well as some of the other United teammates, they were on the world team as well. And my dad has always had me watch, obviously, Angela Lee. She's a phenom and the atom weight queen, and Christian as well. Growing up, they've been really big inspirations in my game. And I've been able to actually go over there for Victoria's pro debut. I got to go over there and get some work in with them, and that was great, being able to be in their camp and seeing that intensity and being able to bring that back to my camp was awesome.
And how did you guys meet?
I believe that my dad and Coach Lee, they have been Facebook friends for a minute, and obviously through Pankration, there's a lot of tournaments that happen and a lot of nationals, that type of thing. So just seeing each other on the fight scene, I believe, is how we met.
So you're getting, basically just diving headfirst into the professional ranks, which I admire so much. And you have such a long career ahead of you. For those that are getting ready to see you fight for the first time, how would you describe your fighting style?
I would describe my fighting style as really exciting. I think I'm a really exciting fighter. There's some fighters that go out there and put on a show, obviously, but I like to come out with a bang and obviously end with a bang. So I'd say really exciting.
For the haters that might be going into the DMs about saying, oh, you're too young or oh, you're too inexperienced, what do you have to say to that?
I block all negativity out, especially during fight camp, obviously. They're obviously fans of one, so I support with what they have to say, but I believe in my abilities, and my coaches and my teammates believe in my abilities and what I'm able to do. So it just kind of gets blocked out.
Good for you. And you're debuting against Zeba Bano July 22nd at 159. What were your thoughts on that being your first opponent, seeing as how she, I believe, has what, 7 fights in one?
Yeah, I believe she is 5-1, and she just had her
5-1.
fight, I think about a month and a half ago, I want to say, against Wonder Girl. And she's a really exciting opponent, I believe. It's a really good match. She was really exciting when she went out there, and looks like she's really strong. And her whole MMA game looks really good. So I'm trying to prepare for not just one thing stylistically, just more of everything.
And this is atom weight, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So there's actually the co-main that night is another atom weight fight. Huge fight between Janet Todd and Lara Fernandez. They're going to be battling for that inter atom weight Muay Thai world title. Lots of words there. Do you ever see yourself doing Muay Thai, or are we sticking with the MMA? And what are your thoughts on that co-main?
Yeah, the co-main is really exciting. I can't believe I get to be in Singapore to witness that. I think they're both amazing fighters, obviously. I can't choose one or the other. I'm fans of both, so I'll just see what happens that night. But I feel like that's an exciting, especially for Muay Thai fight. I would like to do BJJ super match. That would be fun with one, and stick more to the MMA side of things, definitely.
Now, you're coming up on 10 years in combat sports. I think you have a birthday right after your fight as well, right?
Yes, I turned
Okay.
20.
Okay, girl, happy birthday. So, obviously, a very successful first 10 years. Where do you see your career in the next 10 years?
In the next 10 years, obviously, I would like to get some more fights with one under my belt. It's an amazing organization that I got to be able to be a part of, and I just think it's super awesome. So I would just like to get as many fights in as the next 10 years and just much more experiences. I like to travel and train at different gyms as well, that type of thing. So
And where are you based out of currently?
I'm based out of Sacramento, California.
Is that where you're from?
Yes, born and raised.
Oh, okay. So I'm an East Coast girl. You're a West Coast girl. I'm sure we have totally different stories, which is so exciting. What is something that your fans or your future fans may not know about you growing up in the West Coast?
My fans and my future fans, they may not know that I come from a fighting family. Most people get into it around 13, 14, that type of thing. But I've been on the mat since I was little. So I think that's just really exciting to hear and be able. Also, that my family's a fighting family. My little sister, she's 6 years old. She does jujitsu and pankration now. And my brother just got his blue belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. My dad's a black belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. So that type of thing I think is really exciting.
That's so inspiring. I mean, 6 years old, 7 years old. I mean, I certainly wasn't doing that at 6 or 7, and it's super inspiring. And what I find as a martial artist is I get a lot of women approaching me, asking me like how I got started, or I'm too nervous to get started, that sort of thing. If you were to give advice to younger girls that are looking to maybe jump into the world of MMA, what kind of advice would you give them?
Yeah, I would definitely tell them to find the right gym, obviously, with the right training partners, but definitely that females can do this. And it is a female sport. There's a lot of female champions in the sport that have won and have successful lives now and successful families as well, and that you can be it all.
Perfect answer. Thank you, Leah. Well, thank you so much for your time and best of luck on your
Problem.
professional debut coming up July 22nd. And hopefully your birthday can be a celebration after.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Maddie, for having me on the show.